In 1981, the quiet town of Brookfield, Connecticut, became the setting for one of the most chilling and controversial murder trials in American history. Arne Cheyenne Johnson, a 19-year-old with no criminal record, stood accused of killing his landlord, Alan Bono, in broad daylight with a pocket knife. But what made this case stand out wasn't the murder itself. It was the explanation Johnson gave. He claimed he was possessed by a demon when it happened. The story began months earlier with the Glatzel family, who had been experiencing strange occurrences after moving into a new home. Their 11-year-old son, David, began having night terrors and acting erratically, claiming he saw a dark, twisted figure that threatened to take his soul. As David's condition worsened, the family turned to Ed and Lorraine Warren, well-known paranormal investigators, who believed that David was possessed by not one, but multiple demons. During a series of intense exorcisms sanctioned by the Catholic Church, David's behavior escalated, growling, speaking Latin, and even levitating, according to eyewitnesses. It was during one of these exorcisms that Arne Johnson, David's sister's boyfriend, challenged the demon. He screamed at it to leave David alone and enter him instead. Not long after, the Glatzel family and the Warrens claimed that Arne began acting strangely, slipping into trances, growling, and remembering nothing afterward. On February 16, 1981, Arne called in sick from work and spent the day with Debbie Glatzel, his fiancée, at the dog kennel where she worked. Alan Bono, their landlord, and the kennel's manager joined them and began drinking heavily. Later, a heated argument broke out. In front of several witnesses, Arne suddenly pulled a knife and stabbed Bono repeatedly. He then walked off into the woods, seemingly dazed and unaware of what he had done. When arrested, Arne showed signs of confusion and distress. During the investigation, the Warrens were vocal about the demonic possession theory, even helping to get the story national media attention. At trial, Johnson's defense lawyer made history by attempting to argue not guilty by reason of demonic possession. It was the first time in U.S. history that such a defense was used, but the judge swiftly dismissed it, saying there was no way to prove possession in a court of law. Arne Cheyenne Johnson was convicted of first-degree manslaughter and sentenced to 10 to 20 years in prison. He served just 5. To this day, he maintains he was under a supernatural influence when he committed the act. This case became the inspiration for numerous documentaries and horror films, including The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, and it continues to haunt public imagination, blurring the lines between crime, psychology, and the paranormal.